Reborn Tengu had a major impact on the competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Format, and everyone was experimenting with different decks that could splash the self-replacing card. While plant decks were positioned to benefit the most, other anti-meta strategies were developing to help combat the growing threat. In this series, both MBT and myself will be traversing the sands of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Each episode will take a deep dive into Yu-Gi-Oh's past formats and unlock new strategies as new sets become available. Strap yourselves in because anything is possible. Welcome to the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
Well, folks, we made it. Welcome to the Age of Xyz. Now, 2011 was a pivotal time for Yu-Gi-Oh! The Utopia Structure deck had just released, and with it, 3 Xyz monsters, Grenosaurus, Gachi Gachi Gentetsu, and Utopia itself. These alone were enough to radically transform the meta, both enabling really powerful rank 4, 3, and 2 strategies, and allowing duelists to flex their extra deck spots and accomplish things that no one had ever done in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Before. And then some people decided to revert to Monkey and play Skill Drain Beatdown. This is Malefic. Full stop. Now, you might be thinking, why, in a format full of so many unique interactions, would you elect to play a deck as boring as this one? Well, over the course of a YCS, that's 9 rounds of Swiss and then additional rounds of Top Cut, individuals who are having to grapple both with the complex combos found within their deck and with the complex rulings that were yet unsettled surrounding the new Xyz monsters, their brains might be a little fried by the end of their run. Inversely, if you're playing this, you probably haven't had to make a decision all day, and that's what propelled Luis Zambrana all the way to a 9-0 finish in Swiss before finally petering out at top 8. This deck is exceptionally straightforward, and the backbone is this card, Malefic, Cyber, and Dragon. The Malefics are a series of cards that can only be played by banishing their associated monster from the deck or extra deck. Now, there can only be one of them on your side of the field, and it is the only monster you control that can attack, and if the field spell you control is removed, it's destroyed. But despite that, a 4,000 attack point monster that you can special summon for free is nothing to shake a stick at, especially if your other monsters wouldn't be really attacking anyway. Things like Thunder King Ryo are great, even if they're not connecting. So, let me go through the individual cards. First up is Ancient Gear Tron Dragon, then 3 copies of Beast King Barbaros, 2 copies of Gravekeeper's Commandant, 3 Malefic, Cyber, and Dragon, 3 Thunder King Ryo, 3 Gear Town. This is a very strange card. Both players can normal summon Ancient Gear monsters for 1 less tribute, but importantly, if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon an Ancient Gear monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and it turns out that, in fact, setting a field spell over a field spell at this point in Yu-Gi-Oh's history was considered destroying it. That's why we are on the 2 Necro Valley alongside 2 MST, triple Pot of Duality, double Royal Tribute, triple Terraforming, double Compulsory Evacuation Device, double Dark Bribe, double Safe Zone, a card that we have not yet had to play with. This card can be activated by targeting an attack position monster on your field. It can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and it can't be targeted by card effects your opponent controls. It also cannot attack your opponent directly. When this card is removed from the field, you can destroy that monster. It's kind of removal, but it's also kind of a safe zone, as it were, for your monster. We've got 2 copies of 7 Tools of the Bandit, triple copies of Skill Drain, and 1 Solemn Judgment. In the extra, we've got Cyber Dragon, King Tiger Wangu, Puppet Plant for Shien, Dimensional Fissure, Necro Valley, Double Chain Disappearance, Dust Tornado, Light Imprisoning Mirror, and Starlight Road. In the extra, we've got a bunch of nonsense we'll never summon, 2 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, 3 Cyber and Dragon to banish, a Stardust Dragon for the road, and 2 number 39 Utopia, the only of the Xyz that this deck could actually make. So with that, let's jump into the games.
Well, folks, we finally did it. It seems like time is just flying by in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because with the release of the Utopia starter deck, we now have Xyz monsters available for play in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's crazy. It feels like we just got to Synchros and we're already on Xyz, and there's actually a point in time where these were the only Xyz monsters available. Utopia, we had Grenosaurus, as well as Gachi Gachi Gentetsu, which all 3 of these were actually relevant for their own particular reasons. reasons. Gotchi Gotchi was relevant in the Agent deck, which we'll be featuring in a later episode because it's a rank 2, puts those shine balls to use. Utopia is just the first generic 4 and actually has a lot of cool combos, and Grenosaurus being a rank 3 for cards like Tour Guide that were released in Extreme Victory and actually give you just something to do with some of these extremely powerful cards. Obviously, once we get the next set, which is Generation 4, so it introduces a plethora of other Xyz monsters to the game, cards like Tour Guide are going to become much more important as we get to later stages of the 2011 format, but for now, we are going to be bringing TGs to today's episode. This is a deck that we haven't gotten to show off yet, but this is going to be a great representation of the deck. This is Hector Harris's top 16 list from YCS Indianapolis, I believe, and so let's go ahead and do the card by card. First up, good old Reborn Tengu. This card's even better than it is in other decks because the Beast Warrior typing matters significantly because we have Horn of the Phantom Beast, but more on that later. But as we all know from the previous episode, Reborn Tengu is just crazy. Now, we have the TG monsters. We have TG Rush Rhino, TG Striker, and TG Warwolf. Now, all the TG monsters have an effect that if they are destroyed and sent from the field to the graveyard this turn, you can add a TG monster from your deck to your hand, except another copy of the TG card that's activating its effect. But they also have additional effects if that weren't enough. So Rush Rhino here gains 400 attack during damage step if it is attacking, boosting it up to be a 2k attacker, which is actually pretty sizable. That hits over things like Thunder King Ryo, but also we have Striker here, which is basically just a Cyber Dragon, but it's also a tuner. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. That seems pretty good. And then Warwolf over here is pretty neat because when a level 4 or lower monster is special summoned, except during damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Now, what's nice about this is that this works for either player, so you can actually play a Warwolf on your opponent's turn. That way you have a body to start working with, possibly going into some synchro plays. And the fact that these cards just all recycle one another is just a great engine to have, especially when you're backing it with a bunch of purple cards. So aside from that, we have 3 Thunder King Ryo, just a fantastic card in a stun-oriented deck like this. 1900 is massive. You can negate stuff that's coming out of the extra deck. Just an overall solid card. For the spells, Book of Moon, Darkhold, Monster Reborn, double Mystical Space Typhoon, a Pot of Avarice, and triple Pot of Duality for consistency. And then the traps, there's a lot of them. 2 Compulse, just a great card for stuff on the extra deck. For stuff that's just big for us to get over, there's a lot of utility here. Dark Bribe is nice because it's sort of this catch-all negation card for spells and traps specifically. We're scared of stuff like Giant Trunade because we are playing a back row deck, and so having another card that's sort of like a second Solemn Judgment in a way isn't too bad, even though your opponent does get a card. Dark Bribe was actually a card that did see playback during this time. Triple Dimensional Prison, of course, just being able to banish stuff is nice. Triple Horn of the Phantom Beast. This is a card that really took this deck over the top. Any Beast or Beast Warrior monster equipped with this card gains 800 attack, and if the equipped monster destroys your opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, draw 1 card. Now, what's nice is that Reborn Tengu, Rush Rhino, and Warwolf all facilitate the condition to be able to be targets for Horn of the Phantom Beast. This puts Tengu up to 25, Rhino up to 28 if it's attacking, and Warwolf will go up to a sizable 2k. And the fact that these not only get over big monsters, but draw you a card in the process, the fact that you can just have a big guy and be able to back it up with a bunch of back row, that's pretty frightening. Then we also have Royal Oppression, of course, Solemn Judgment, and 2 Solemn Warning. TG1 EM1. This is a very unique card. Target a monster your opponent controls and 1 TG monster you control, switch control of both monsters. So this is a bit of a minus initially, but if you're giving your opponent like a Striker for their biggest monster, if you kill the monster, then you're just going to be able to get the value off the TG when it hits the graveyard anyway, and so then it's going to break itself even, but the fact you get to just steal your opponent's biggest monster is pretty nice, and then a Torrential Tribute rounding out the main 40. The extra deck has a ton of cards we've seen already. Catastor, we have Decisive Armor actually. This is somewhat new. Maybe this will come up, and if it does, we'll discuss it. Black Rose, Brionac, Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth, a Mistworm, a Naturia Barkion, Scrap Dragon, double Stardust Dragon because we are playing Starlight Road on the side, and then we have some TG Synchros that we have not yet seen before. Hyper Librarian is a card that a lot of people may know from crazy Synchro combo decks, but it's also a TG. It's a generic Synchro 5. If a monster is Synchro summoned, draw 1 card, and this card has to be face up for this to resolve. So we do have some potential plays here. We're not doing a ton of synchroing like we would in maybe some of the TG combo-oriented decks, but the fact that we get to draw cards and get a 2400 body seems pretty nice. We also have TG Wonder Magician that if it's Synchro Summon, you target a spell or trap on the field and destroy that target, and this card on the field is destroyed, you get to draw a card. And then it also has the ability to Synchro Summon during your opponent's turn, a la Formula Synchron, if you will. And then, of course, we have Trishul rounding out our Synchros. Then for the Xyz, we have 1 Grenosaurus and a Utopia number 39. Then for the side, double double Kinetic Soldier, double DD Crow, a Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo, double Lance for the spells, and for the traps, double Bottomless, double Dust Tornado, double Skill Drain, and double Starlight Road. A lot of 2-ofs in the side deck, but I kind of like it. Guys, I am so excited to play this deck. This looks like a lot of fun, and a deck that going up against Joseph's big, heavy-hitting Malefic deck, it's going to be a weird matchup, but I can't wait to see the results. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time to duel. Buddy, how are we already at Xyz? I feel like we just got to Synchros in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! And now here we are. We have a starter deck of 3 cards that's surprisingly relevant for a short period in time, right before Generation Force. I just can't believe it.
I mean, it's shocking how fast Yu-Gi-Oh! Progresses, you know? I remember Xyz debuting and throwing the entire, Yu-Gi-Oh! Landscape into chaos. Now it's just another Friday, I suppose. But
new summoning mechanic, here comes the fear mongering, right?
This wasn't even the first real wave of Xyz monsters. Those debuted in Generation Force. Instead, it's only 3 of them. Utopia, Grenosaurus, Gachi Gentetsu, and even that was enough to create waves. So I'm excited to see what today is going to hold for the pair of us.
I agree. And it's going to be nice because then I think probably next episode we're going to debut what is, everyone's favorite September 2011 deck, which is Tengu Plant, and in its, the version that most people know it by, right? We showed it off a little bit last episode, but, we're going to have the tour guides. We're going to have Leviathan Dragon. We're going to have some rulings that are no longer valid at this point, so it'll be a good time.
Classic Yu-Gi-Oh!
So let's go ahead and shout out the patron then. It is MBT's Paper Strat Never Fails. Thank you for the support. Guess they're not one of your horny followers. I guess that's a good thing. But, buddy, I'm going to call even or odd. You got a number up for me?
I do.
Okay, I'm going to go with odd.
It is odd. I am holding up a 3. That is for the number of reborn Tengus I expect to see game 1.
Okay, I thought it was going to be for the number of Cyber End Dragons you were going to be banishing out of your extra deck in one turn, but that's fine as well. Let's go ahead and get into it then. Good luck, buddy. This hand's not looking too bad. Okay, let's go to main 1 here. This is strange, but I'm going to go ahead and normal summon Thunder King Ryo, and I'm going to set 4 and pass. Go ahead,
Yo, that's
buddy.
such a cool synchro combo deck you're playing.
It's such a good tech Genus deck, isn't it?
All right, I'm going to normal summon Beast King Barbaros.
Oh shit, this thing actually contests Thunder King, doesn't it? That's sort of a problem. Thinking here. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to do. I'm not walking in there for sure. You know what? You are good to go, buddy.
Okay, so things I have to worry about at this point are probably skill drain, I guess. That's sort of a problem. I will go and draw. Stand by, you got anything
I
for
do
me?
not.
All right, main phase 1. I'm going to run out TG Rush Rhino.
No problem with this.
And let's go to battle, and I am going to declare an attack.
I will go ahead and activate skill drain. You figured me out.
Yep, and so you're going to take your 1,000. That will negate our effects. Thankfully, I have this Book of Moon to set your Barbaros down.
I'm going to have to dark bribe that.
Oh, crap. That's pretty bad. Yep. That's probably going to do it. All right, so that's fine. That's going to resolve. I get to draw off of Dark Bribe. Skill Drain is going to be up. Okay, so then still on attack declaration, I'm going to compulse Barbaros.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Then redeclare happens. I'm going to go 2K to the face.
You'll go 16. Skill drain's up.
Oh, skill drain's up, correct. Yep. And then 19. And then second main, I'm just going to throw down another one and pass it to you.
All right, stand by main. Normal Barbaros.
I will warning that.
Ooh, I'll dark bribe.
Oh, shit. A second dark bribe. Yeah, you got me, buddy. Cool. I'll draw another card.
Okay. Next up is Necro Valley.
Gross.
And...
yeah, that's fine.
Royal Tribute.
Oh, buddy. Fool! Feast your eyes on my no monster head!
You telling me I just Royal Tributed to go -1? All right, let's try and walk into Ryo.
Yeah, that's going to be fine. So I'm going to take, what, 11 here? Sure.
All right, back to you.
All right, we'll draw. That's pretty good, I suppose. Let's go ahead and Dark Hole.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to Pot of Duality. Yep. See what we hit.
3 good ones.
Oh, those are all pretty good. I guess we're going with the Ryo once more. Shuffle that back up, and then we're going to run out the Ryo, go to battle, hit you for 19, and that's going to do it for me aside from a sec card in main phase 2. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty good. I'll normal summon Commandant.
I will warning
All right, it wasn't
that.
good. Let's see you in game 2. That was a really cool Tengu deck, dude.
Wasn't it?
I'm really happy that you did so many cool combos and sick plays, and I'm just so happy that I get to enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh!
If it makes you feel any better, this hand may resemble more of the deck that I'm actually playing. Whether or not that's good or bad for you, we'll see. But I felt pretty good about that first game.
I bet you did. I am going to activate Gear Town.
Okay, this is a card that we haven't seen before and is going to be a very funny card to discuss.
Yeah, because I will now send Gear Town to the graveyard to activate Necro Valley.
Yes, and now we get to discuss something that's very fun about old Yu-Gi-Oh! And that this technically counts as destroying Gear Town, so guess what? We get to see an Ancient Gear Gadgetron Dragon hit the field.
That's my entire turn, buddy. Go ahead.
Perfect. All right, I will draw. Anything in standby?
No.
Okay, I'm going to go to main 1. I'm going to figure out how the hell I'm going to out this thing. See, the thing is about your deck, it's just a bunch of big idiots, and I have to still find ways to out them.
Yep.
Well, since you control a monster and I do not, I'm going to special summon TG Striker.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to say Cyber Dragon. Yeah, Strikers.
No, that'd be much better in this instance, unfortunately. Then I'm going to run out everyone's favorite card, Reborn Tengu.
Yeah, he is. Not a lot I can do about this. That's fine.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and sync them off then.
Yep.
Let's try for a Brio.
Okay. Will you be doing anything with priority?
So we have Tengu's effect that's going to trigger.
Ooh.
So
I get a chance to respond here.
do.
I'll respond to the Tengu effect. Compulse your Brio.
Yeah, so unfortunately, there was a window there, but you probably had other stuff as well. Okay, so that goes. Tengu triggers. We're going to get another Tengu.
Oh, boy.
We're going to bring him out.
There he is.
I'm actually going to put him in attack position.
Oh, come on.
Then I am going to set 3 cards. And go ahead, buddy.
Stand by main. I will normal summon Beast King Barbaros.
So he is a 1900 right now because there is no skill drain active currently.
That is
Thinking if I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm not. I'm going to warning that.
Okay. I take 2,000 and now take 1,300 more.
Thinking when you enter battle phase.
Sure.
Because Gadgetron, when you attack, I am not able to use any effects. But at the start of your battle phase, I'm going to compulse him back to your hand.
I will activate 7 Tools of the Bandit.
Damn. Okay, well, we tried, so I am not getting that effect. Is there anything else I want to do? Probably not. All right, so I will let this go. I'll take 13, and then I'll trigger Tengu.
All good.
Get our final Tengu out of the deck, wherever it might be. There he is.
Okay, second main, I'm going to fire off a Duality.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
Ooh.
Wow, maybe I should have done this beforehand. I guess I can't summon the turn I do it. I'll grab the Malefic Cyber End Dragon.
Okay, sure, that's fine.
All right. And your move.
All right, so I have Gadgetron to worry about. I have Malefic Cyber End waiting in the wings, so I'm going to have to figure out how to navigate this. Okay, I'm going to go to main phase 1 here. All right, well, you know, there's no time like the present. I am going to normal summon Thunder King Ryo.
Sure.
Now, buddy, if you identify, I have 2 monsters on the field, both with 4 stars. So what I can do is I can overlay these 2 monsters for the one, the only Utopia.
I have no response to this.
I figured you didn't. I am going to go into battle.
Yes.
I'm going to book your Gadgetron.
I see. Sure.
And then I'm going to attack over it.
Now, would you like to activate the effect of number 39 Utopia?
As much as it would be fun to negate my own attack, I will not.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Second main, go ahead.
Hey, you better watch out in 2 turns, buddy. It's over for you.
I was going to say, your Malefic Cyber End, how's he going to clear the almighty Utopia?
All right, 1.
All right, I will detach for effect to negate the attack.
Go ahead.
Let's see a good draw here. Okay. I I will set one, and I will set one. Go ahead.
Stand by main. I'm doing it again, buddy. 2.
I'm going to Dust Tornado Necro Valley.
Fuck! All right. Main 2. I will terraforming.
Sure.
We'll grab Gear Town. I'll activate Gear Town. And then he's coming back, baby.
Oh, he's back again.
Go ahead.
All right, we tried. I'll draw. Ooh. All right, buddy. I'm just setting. And I guess I'm going to switch this Utopia to defense while I'm at it. Go ahead.
Sure. Stand by main. I'll go to combat. We'll attack the Utopia.
Okay, I'll activate the effect. We'll negate the attack.
Go ahead.
We'll draw. It's duality.
That's a good one. Oh.
Okay.
Perfect. 3 very fun.
It's not bad. I guess I'll take D-Prison.
Yep.
Or I'll put them all back into my deck. Excuse me. All right, we'll shuffle that back. And then I'm just going to set one and pass. Could be literally anything.
Quite literally anything. I'll go to combat. I'm going to attack Utopia.
Okay, so now he is selected as an attack target while it has no material. So unfortunately, Utopia is going to die. I'm fairly certain regardless of if I deprison you here.
Sure.
So I will deprison and show me your Dark Bribe or 7 tools.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Okay,
There you go.
Fantastic. Just skipping. I already knew you had it, but
We'll go
we had to try.
into this one.
Okay. So now you are able to actually attack because since a monster left my field, we're redeclaring here. It is TG Warwolf.
Ah, Christ. All right. Second main, I will set this and go get your search.
I will get my search, which I actually just completely forgot to do. So let me put that back on top. I am going to grab TG Striker.
Yep.
And then I will take my draw for turn. And that's actually not terrible. It's okay. I'm in a Dark Hole.
Yeah.
Another Warwolf gone. A bit vulnerable here. You could actually get something to kill me, though. I guess I'll set, and then end phase, I'll trigger the Warwolf. And with Warwolf, I'm going to grab Rhino and pass the turn.
Stand by main.
All good.
I am going to activate Dimensional Fissure.
Oh, that will shut off all my cards. Yep.
All right. Beast King Barbaros, come to the field. He's not fantastic, but he gets over Striker.
And it does get over the Striker.
All right. Sick. Go ahead.
We'll do our best. We'll draw. Main 1, normal Rhino.
Yep.
Tempt to hit in.
I'll take 400 here. Or 100.
You'll just take 100.
Yep.
Didn't think we'd get that far. Go ahead.
I need another card, please.
Normal Ryo.
Stop. That's fine.
Battle. 2K. 19.
All right. Any big boy, please.
Set 1 pass.
That is technically a big boy. Oh my god, I'm so good at Yu-Gi-Oh! MST destroying my Gear Town.
Oh, okay. That's fine. And then would you like to activate the Gear Town?
I would.
Okay, I have Royal Oppression.
Oh, sick. I have Dark Bribe.
Fuck. All right, perfect. I'll take my draw. Get your search.
I will. There he is.
All right.
I'll go to combat. We'll get into the Rush Rhino.
Okay, so I'm going to take 14 here. He only gains the attack boost when he is attacking.
Yep.
He's not doing much rushing when he's on defense.
Get him out of here.
Oh, sorry. Yes, he's banished from Fissure. Okay. Let's see if we can out this stupid dragon, and that would be nice if it weren't for the circumstances at hand. Okay, you have 1 set, Gadgetron Dragon. I'm gonna flip Ryo to defense.
Sure.
I'm gonna set 1 and pass.
I'll draw. Stand by main.
All good.
Combat? I'm gonna try to attack.
Sure, he's banished.
Okay.
Let's get him out.
Second main, Necro Valley. Back to you.
Ugh, that's a problem. All right, we'll draw. Oh, perfect. Fantastic. Main 1, I can duality now. I couldn't do this while the Ryo was up.
We've all been there. Oh,
We have all been
okay.
there, quite literally.
If you don't want to die, you could get Ryo. Good luck, though.
I think we're going to take Ryo.
Let's go!
Oh, man. That sucks. I will set a card. Could be anything.
Could be literally anything.
And I will pass the turn.
All right. Stand by main. Ooh, I will activate a duality of my own.
I did not want to see that. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
shit.
Ryo of my own. That sounds pretty good. MST or back row is really funny too. I could tribute. No, I can't tribute. I don't have a hand. No, wait. Do you need a hand? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just getting fucking Ryo. All right, get back in there.
It's okay. You did the same thing I did, where you put it back into the deck.
All right, let's see that torrential.
You're good.
Oh, thank God. All right, combat. We'll go Ryo in.
I have deprison for the Ryo.
Oh, deprison for the Ryo. Okay.
I can't deprison this thing, but I can deprison anything else.
Back to you.
Please? What does that do? That does nothing because Necro Valley's up. Fucking Necro Valley. I drew into Avarice Reborn the 2 turns after you Necro Valleyed me. I really wanted that Dust Tornado. So
well,
sad.
You know, the better duelist won. I don't know what to tell
clearly.
you. Clearly. Get good, you know?
Yeah, clearly. We'll see. I always want a game 3 out of this. Honestly, I don't think either of us thought we were going to make it that far.
Yep.
But good luck, buddy. I'll start with everyone's favorite card we've seen a million times this game, Pot of Duality.
Oh, God. Okay.
They're okay. Ugh. Is it bad that I'm considering duality into duality with how my hand looks?
You have not lived until you've Pot of Prosperity into Pot of Prosperity.
You know what? I'm going to.
All right. See you next turn,
Doesn't
buddy.
feel good, but I think we got to do what we got to do. I'm going to set 4 pass.
Dude,
go ahead.
Come on. I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yes. You just want to summon your big 4K idiot. Excuse me.
Yes, I do. Okay, we're going to start with Pot of Duality.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, speaking
well,
of.
there's the big 4K idiot.
I found him. Oh, but I can't special summon this turn.
You cannot.
I probably want 7 tools.
Yeah. 7 tools have been pretty good in this matchup.
All right, buddy. You're about to feel the sting of my Beast King.
It is just a guy. That's fine.
Attack, my guy.
I'll take 19.
Damn, didn't think I'd get this far. All right, let's set a couple of cards, and I should do this now. I'm going to activate Terraforming.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to grab Gear Town.
Okay.
I'm going to activate Gravekeeper's Commandant.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to grab Necro Valley. Little greedy here. I don't want to do this now because I can't special.
I will draw. Anything in standby.
Nope.
Main 1, Pot of Duality.
Let's fucking go. Let's see it, baby. Oh,
okay, that looks a little bit
cards.
better. Let's see. What am I afraid of? We got a few things that are quite annoying. I think I'm going to go for the Rhino.
That sounds pretty good.
Shuffle these bad boys up. Let's run out the Rhino.
And down comes the endless conga line of assholes. Yep.
I'm going to go to battle.
I'll take 100 here.
End damage step.
Oh, yeah?
Horn of the Phantom Beast.
Oh.
Would you like to negate this?
Jeez. No, I'm okay with that. You can draw.
Okay, sure. I will draw then. Take an extra 8. Then I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just going to pass.
All right, stand by main.
All good.
Gear Town.
Gear Town is fine by me.
Necro Valley.
That is also fine. Are you triggering the effect of Gear Town?
I am.
I will Royal Oppression.
I'll MST.
I will...
You gonna judgment this? You know I can't win. You know! You have the critical information!
I'm trying to think of how bad of a position this puts me in.
It's not a great one.
Yeah, it's not ideal. You get the idiot. You know what? That's fine. Sure, get your guy.
I don't know if you can afford to not let me get the idiot.
I think that's the larger issue here. Because, like, your guys are just so massive. It's like, if I do actually stop it, like, that's a problem.
All right, I'm going to bring out the Cyber End as well.
This is exactly what I was afraid of, in all honesty.
Combat, we'll go Cyber End.
I'm going to MST Necro Valley.
Sure. Woo. Let's try
Takes the Cyber End with it.
Galligatron.
Gadgetron is fine, so I take what here? I take 6?
Yep.
So I'm at 24.
Yep. All right, back to you.
All right, end phase trigger Rush Rhino.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a Striker.
That's fine.
Oh, that's pretty good. Got 1 card. All right, we'll Dark Hole.
Sure.
I'm going to run out Rush Rhino, and let's go to battle, hit for 2K. Second main, I'll set 1, throw to you.
Go ahead.
All right, there's a chance. Main 1, I will run out Reborn Tengu.
Oh, Jesus. Yep.
Battle, 17.
I'll take 37.
37. Not Cowboy range, even though that's not even out yet. Go ahead.
Ooh, and Royal Tribute Galligatron Dragon is my hand.
Wow.
Oh,
you did have the 7 tools. I fucking knew it.
I added it off the duality.
Oh, well, I didn't know if that was 7 tools. You could have had something else.
Yeah, I could have been sitting on the 7 tools at hand.
Possibly.
You have like a judgment or something? Yeah,
I did have judgment, yeah. Yeah, I just couldn't afford to take all the life, even if like whether or not you had a negate for it. If it was like Dark Bribe or something anyway, I was just dead, basically. Right. So I didn't want to put myself at such low life.
Big surprise, to pretty much no one, this deck is so bad. It went 9-0 in Swiss and predictably fell off, I believe, to a deck either yours or exactly like yours, some kind of Tengu strategy. I can't imagine thinking that this is the play from a metagame perspective, because while the Malefics have a ton of attack, they also are like the worst cards ever printed. Your other monsters can't attack while they're on the field. There has to be a field spell, of course. So as a result, if you make something like a Utopia, that's like 5 turns you've bought yourself.
It's essentially Swords of Revealing Light at that point.
If it's got a Reborn Tengu under it, you can draw 10 cards in the time it's going to take me to connect. Just atrocious. Of course, that can be mitigated by skill drain, but you gotta have the skill drain.
Exactly. And like this is essentially like the skill drain beatdown of 2011, right? I mean, that deck's gone through constant iteration, and there weren't just one of this that made top at this event. I believe there was 2 players playing almost identical lists that made top 16, and it's just an anti-meta pick, right? I sort of get it. Necro Valley has implications in this format, although ironically, a lot of the stuff that made like the Tengu plant deck really good got banned before. So it like, does that even really matter in that instance? But, I kind of get it. And we got to see the TGs. This isn't like your synchro TG package. This is just like TG stun. You just play the TGs because they all just float into one another, and Tengu does the same. And you may make some synchro plays. You have the option with the levels to make like a Trishula. You have a 4-3 and a 2 tuner. So that could potentially come up. It's just very unlikely to, because you're only really summoning like once a turn, sans, Striker, in all honesty. I do also like, too, the card I never got to show off was the TG1 EM1. Being able to just like creature swap in a format like this, or especially in our matchup where I could like take one of your big dudes for like a striker. That's a fair exchange to me. I'll 100% take that.
Yep. No, wow. I mean, TG is just... It's such an interesting deck because you read the cards, you're like, oh, this is like a synchro combo deck. And to some degree it is. But it's also just an endless conga line of assholes. And like, Rush Rhino's got 2,000 attack. Werewolf has 1,200. You can flex them into striker plays and make Catastor and just sit there. Basically, every card in your deck is a Reborn Tengu to some degree. They just also happen to occasionally synchro summon. And boy, is that frustrating.
And you also have Horn of the Phantom Beast too, right? I mean, this card, as crazy as this card sounds, I don't know. Obviously, I was playing up against a deck where all the monsters are like over the threshold that Horn of the Phantom Beast is going to matter. So I don't think it's like a fair evaluation, but on paper, this seems like one of the craziest cards ever printed.
It's wild. It is absolutely wild. It's been powerful a couple of times, and every time it is, I'm like, every time my opponent flips it, I go, why are you allowed to play this card? It's just absolutely bonkers.
The fact that Tengu is a beast warrior on top of it, so it synergizes with him to make him 25, like, just unreal. Just the synergy is fantastic. I love it.
Well, that's going to be it for the sort of stun variants in this format, and next time... I think we are going to see some absolute rule-breaking nonsense occur.
We do. We get to talk about Tour Guide Sangan for the very first time, and the very last time as well, because that only happens once and then never again. But you'll have to stick around for next time.
For sure.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the History of Yu-Gi-Oh! We have to shout out the patrons as always. So big shouts to Shadow1317, Moto, Cameron Smith, Chaotic Meatball, Tim00x3, Ian Musa, Ika Ironfang, Part 2, Pony Stark, Dan the Mad Hoban, Synchro Guy, Ole, Yusuf Fast 05, Sylvia Wilds, Cole T, Draconic, Rockslide, Dolly Up, Logan Thomas, Peter Gregory, Thomas Nelson, Jordan Coons, Calvin, Iron Bladesman, Pure Ace, Jesse Wood, True Nerdgasm, Brother Paul, Chris Hood, Nehru, Celeste, David Liu, Chat God, Sky Rose, Dylan Hunter, John Two Base, Brody Eastwood, Dace Zer, Carlos CT, Flannel Daddy, Ashlyn Jensen, Give Me Speedway or Give Me Death. Guys, please read your cards. Still never going to happen. TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeves, Dad. Matthew Brady, Max, Tom Russell, Chipotle Rice, Wayan, I think of MBT in the shower. There's a new one for you, buddy. And MBT, you're pregnant, and I'm the father. Thank you so much again for watching, and we will see you next time.